Hello, you're watching Ellie from Elementary Paper Crafting. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the UK. I've been looking again at some little gifts for Christmas time. These are just little gifts I give when I meet friends. And I've got these little mini Lindor chocolates. And I thought I would make something to gift them in. So I've chosen to gift 6 at a time, and I'm going to make a sort of cylinder shaped box to pop these in. So first of all, I'm going to bring my trimmer in, and I'm using a piece of card. Now I've chosen Shaded Spruce because I think Christmas colours, it'll go beautifully. Red, green and gold, the old traditional colours. I don't always go for traditional, but sometimes think it's nice to go back to those things. And this is really, really simple. So my cardstock measures 2¼ inches. If you want to go to centimetres, let's have a look. That's 5.8 by 6.5 inches. And that is, let's grab that ruler there. 6.5 is 16.5 centimetres. And I'm going to score it at 3/4 inch, which is 1.9 centimetres. So 3/4 inch that way, and that way, and then on both ends as well. So that's 3/4 inch or 1.9 centimetres all the way round. Okay, now taking a piece of acetate, window sheet, whatever you like to call it, exactly the same size, 2¼ by 6.5, and I'm going to do the same thing. So really easy, score at 3/4 inch all the way round. Now this piece is actually from some packaging. These days, so many things we buy come on a cardboard background with this acetate covering it, and I always keep it because obviously being a crafter, you know, we use everything, don't we? So as with making any kind of box or card, etc., you do need to go around with your bone folder, which I've put down somewhere and lost. Here it is. And burnish, fold and burnish all your score lines. And then I'm coming in and doing the same with the Shaded Spruce cardstock. This does come together really quickly, this little box. Okay, now the making up of the cardboard base is the same as I always do for boxes. And that's cut up the tab to the first score line and then mitre the edges of that tab on both sides. So the same at the other end. And if you can see the score line, I'm cutting the score line off of the tab. Okay, so that's all of those done, and then I'm simply going to take my tabs and pop them inside like that, so make a little box base. So I'm bringing in my Tombow multi-glue, which, as I said before, I pop into this fine tip applicator to make it easier to use, and then pop that up. And I've got these lovely little pegs here that I like to use to keep it in place so that I don't have to sit here holding it while the glue dries. It doesn't take long for this glue to dry, but when you're constructing a box that you want people to open and close, and they will play with it a bit, they always do, I like to make sure it's thoroughly dry, so I put it to one side while I work on the top. The acetate lid's a bit different. You cut down those scored lines, and you're actually going to cut the whole of that corner out. You're not going to have any tabs with this one. So here we've got, I know you can't see them because they're acetate, but I've cut out the 4 little tiny corners. I'll bring it up a little bit, see if you can see. So I've cut these bits out of the edges. Okay. Now I want to put a little greeting on these. So I've got myself a tiny little bit of basic white cardstock. And I've taken Noel from Tidings and Trimmings. It just says Noel, because I just wanted a tiny little label on this one. So I've used Real Red Classic stamp pad. And I'm just going to ink this up and stamp it just to one end of the piece of cardstock. And I'm using my punch. This is the 1/8 of an inch punch, which I'm very sorry has been retired because it's a lovely size, but any hole punch that you've got will do. So I needed a little bit of twine, and the only twine I've got is what was in this little box. Oh, this is from, I think it was right back in 2016 maybe, and I can't remember what it was called. The sweet, I think it might have been Love What We Share, something like that. I'm sure somebody out there will remember it. I know it was a very, very popular sweet. You might recognize this paper. That was DSP, so that's where this comes from. So I've just taken a little bit of that twine. Okay, and all be revealed in a minute. So this will be dry now, so I just pop the pegs off. Pop my little sweeties in. They look so pretty, don't they? And then this just slots inside. Oh yeah, that's what I did last time. Sorry, yeah, I did do this wrong. So I didn't, I'm just going to cut those ends off. Yeah, I remember now. That's right. I just did like that, so it's just fitting on top. That's it. So I'm taking a piece of ribbon. It just needs to be long enough to fit around one side, and you can either do a bow or just a square knot. I think I'll go for a bow on this occasion. Right, this will be a very tiny bow. And I usually find it easier to do it with the bunny ears method. Like so. To make it tiny and neat. There we go. And just cut that little end off like so. And then my little label with the use of my tweezers, my trusty tweezers. In a knot at the right length. Like so. And that's my little 6 mini Lindor chocolate treat, just to pop in someone's stocking, or as I say, it's just a nice little table favour, or perhaps if you're meeting someone for coffee over the Christmas period, it's just something nice to keep in your handbag and exchange with someone. So I hope you enjoyed that today, and if you do like my video, please leave a comment, click the like button, subscribe to my channel and share. If you'd like to purchase any Stampin' Up products, you will see a link to my shop. If you're watching on YouTube, it'll be in the description box below. And if you're watching on Facebook, there's a button at the top of the page which says shop with me, I believe, or shop now, something like that. I hope to see you all again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.